Welcome back to our Pathfinder Kingmaker series. In between episodes, I sold some stuff and rested up everybody in the city. I sold all my extra books. I used to have a bunch of books here to Lindsay's friend that's just standing in the middle of the city because she's purely a bookseller. So I just sold her all the books to keep it nice and even. And I sold all the extra weapons and armor that I wasn't going to use. And now we're going to do some kingdom stuff. Let's see, now I have 291 BP. Tristan, Jubilost, and Jod. What was I going to do? Rank up. What's Valerie doing? She's doing this. So, we're going to support the general for 14 days. And we'll hope nothing happens in between. Here we go. Shoot. 8 events popped up. Success. Military reach rank 3. The darkness retreats and the tenebrous divisions of the darkness disperse and held up earnest dreams. Seems that the first shroud of insanity has fallen, opening the way deeper into the dungeon. It is time to answer Zelleran's call. I don't know who Zelleran is, but greedy tax collector, triumph. After finding out he was to be executed, the felon told the treasurer where he'd hidden the money. A few days later, the advisor announced that the tax collector was to be pardoned and returned to service in recognition of his ingenuity. The taxes would also be doubled, as the crafters had proven able to pay it. Wow. Economy plus 11. Dude, Jubilost. Loyalty went down, though. But I think that's okay. Enchanted Wind, triumph. High Priest ceremony was a success. The Enchanted Wind enhanced the prayers of the citizens and raised them up into the sky. Divine plus 8. Nice. Nature's Rage. Tristan just messed up everything. Many innocent citizens have fallen to Claw and Fang, but a den where the raging animal swarmed has at last been located and cleansed. Community, loyalty, military, economy, divine, and stability all went down. Thanks, Tristan. Disaster. 19. He rolled a 1. Are you kidding me? What's this? A true masterpiece. Why is he already input? Still life with lemon peel, drawn by a local artist, was celebrated by the connoisseurs and art lovers. Such a masterpiece cannot go to waste. Opportunity. Fey magic. This is a problem for Jod or Tristan. An interesting article awaits in the castle. Important essay published. Cheap publicity. Oh, we've seen this one before. So it's for Tristan. An advisor wants to discuss an urgent matter. This is Jubilos rank up. An advisor wants to discuss an urgent matter. High Priest, this is a Jod rank up. Yeah, I'll probably do Jods, because, man, if I get Divine to 4, that'll open up Arcane, and that's what I want. Oh, I really want that. Valerie's still down for 5. Research, trade. I'm up to 370 BP. These events. Fey magic is a problem. So, dang. All right, let's go to the throne room real quick. Enter throne room. Let's see. Jod looks to be puzzled and amused at the same time. Your Grace, I've brought you an extremely unusual message. It's, how should I put it, an essay on your barony, written by Jubilos Narthropple and published only recently. I thought you might like to see it for yourself. Independence Magazine. Wow. This is rather long, but I guess I'll read it. Have you ever dreamed of becoming a baron? It's not that hard. All you have to do is go to the Stolen Lands, a tiny region located between Brevoy and the River Kingdoms, and a source of dispute for those two for many years. Miles and miles of woods, swamps, and infertile clay soils infested with monsters and bandits. Something like a white elephant. One can't hold it, but also can't give up on it, and let the neighbor have it. For many years, the Restyle Sword Lords have been promising a title to anyone who manages to bring some resemblance of order to this god's forsaken land. This is just the usual way rulers resolve their problems. There are plenty of adventure seekers, and you can always find another naive, brave soul who would gladly risk his or her life without prepayment. There were many who took the bait. Their sun-bleached bones still litter the banks of muddy lakes and lie in piles under crooked trees. You can imagine how astonished I was then when someone managed the feat, breaking the antlers of a local kingpin called the Stag Lord and turning the bandits' fort into the capital of a new barony. Of course, I departed for these lands immediately to witness with my own eyes the one who managed to install control over the Stolen Lands. Let's be honest. The achievements of the new Baroness are still quite moderate. My letter didn't get there in time. I hope the courier who had to deliver it is alive and well. Since no one could meet me, I decided to get to the capital on my own, which was a strategic mistake, for the road building in the barony functions even worse than its mailing service. I barely made my way through the mud and wind-fallen trees just to narrowly escape drowning at the river ford. The only thing that kept me going was the anticipation of the joy the Baroness would express when I told her about the marvelous scientific novelty called a bridge. Furthermore, a horde of hungry kobolds jumped out from the underbrush. But just when I was getting ready to kiss my life goodbye, the Baroness herself emerged from the woods, fought off all the pests, and helped me to get to firm ground. As it turned out, the Baroness has a strong justification for neglecting roads and bridges. While her capital is under construction, she lives on the road and with the help of her companions patrols the realm, dealing significant damage to the local ever-hungry fauna. May the plague take it. Trolls, boggards, will-o-wisps, and giant spiders really impede the improvement of public services. I've offered the Baroness my advice and my active help. You can spit in the faces of those who claim Jubilos can only criticize. You can try out your luck as well. Though the title of the ruler is already taken, the young barony offers plenty of vacancies both for laborers and for sellswords. Just don't repeat the mistakes of your predecessors. Demand payment in advance. As for those of you who prefer to learn about wildlands and dangerous adventures from the magazine pages, we'll meet in the next issue. Well, he did keep his article how I asked him to. Thanks, Jod. You didn't have to leave. You could have just stayed and said what you need to say the second time. Jod nibbles his mustache annoyed. Oh, these stolen lands. They're a breeding ground for filth. No sooner have I dealt with one crisis, but another is on its way. This time, a preacher of a religion that no one's ever heard has ventured onto your lands. People say that this priest speaks of some speakers of the depths. It's the first time I'm hearing any of this, but the name alone says you shouldn't expect anything good from them. But alas, not all our people are as reasonable as you and I. The preacher has already gathered his first followers. Your Grace, I beg you, please decide what we are going to do with them. If you ask me, I say we should run him off with a pitchfork. I have never heard of these speakers of the depths. Who are they? The priest ponders. I know many gods. Some of them show favor to mortals. Some show wrath. But some want nothing to do with the peoples of Golarion. The speakers of the depths may be of this sort. Who knows? All the more reason to prevent your subjects' heads to be filled with this rubbish. Sure. I forbid this preacher to fill my subjects' heads with his rubbish. Throw him out. Jod nods in content. Well said. There are simply too many of those. Ugh. Yeah, I went for the stats on that choice. Loyalty +2, stability +2. New event, divine protection from poison. Support the high priest's endeavors. Lost. I've brought a petitioner with me, Lamar Tinch, a famous expert on everything regarding alcohol and the beverages which feature it. Our impatient guest wanted very much to speak with you in person and tell you all about his project. Another shorty. Lamar Tinch. The halfling before you looks young, but his sharp eyes, framed by slight wrinkles, gives away the petitioner's considerable age. Lamar nods politely, sweeping the floor with his beret and showing off an emerging bald spot. My respects, Baroness. I beg your forgiveness for how boldly I sought our meeting, but I could hardly trust anyone with the fate of my beloved new child, which appeared to me in a waking dream as I walked your lands. You see, I was traveling through on my way to Brevoy, when to my surprise I discovered a most curious detail. It turns out that many spicy and bitter herbs, which I and my colleagues use in our work, grow wild in these lands. Wineberry, goatweed, gentian. Lamar bends his fingers, enumerating the plants, then waves his hands. Ah, these names probably tell you nothing, but to me, for me, this rich list is like a splendid palette, the foundation upon which a true masterpiece might be built. Your Grace, I once imagined settling in Brevoy, but your lands have truly inspired me. And now my greatest dream is to open a shop in this very capital. With a bouquet you can easily gather nearby, I can easily create a new beverage. True ambrosia for any halfling. Only one thing is holding me back: lack of financial resources. I hope that now, upon hearing my request, you and your respected treasurer will not refuse a humble artisan a little assistance. Of course, in exchange for a future percentage. Lamar bows deeply once again. I shall eagerly await your decision. Do you want to hear my opinion? This business will fail. Halfling alcohol is like fruit juice for the other races. It's nothing like your dwarvish stout. You want to take a risk and put your money on halfling drunkards? Well, it's your barony and your business. But remember, if you give this trader the money he asked for, then tomorrow there will be 10 more at your gate just like him. Um, do I want halflings getting drunk outside? Free halflings brewery. Um, you know what? We could take the risk, Jubilost. I will take the risk. I shall support Lamar's proposal and invite him to open a shop in our city. Just like that, without considering the risks. Of course, it's entirely up to you, Baroness, although I'd remind you that the money belongs to the state. Economy +2, relations +2, support the treasurer's endeavors. Free building. Who's this, Harim? Or is this Dragon? Dragon bows from the waist and addresses you ceremoniously. Greetings, your grace. By tradition, if a worthy ruler is patron to a master, the master gives generously in return. I've come to honor this tradition. Please accept this. I worked hard on it. I hope it serves you well. Opportunist Dwarven War Axe. I need something from you. What does that do? Ooh. The master always welcomes a good customer. One-handed hammer, one-handed axe, a crossbow, a shield, plate, armor. Make something in the dwarvish style? Um, well, let's start with plate armor. What are you going to give me? Very wise. One should never forget about protection. Everyone thinks of glory and victory. A sharper axe, a heavier hammer. Never stop to think about their bones. Haha, the fools. Cool. No more? What is this axe he gave me? Opportunists. Speed. It's just a +1 weapon, one-handed. Exotic weapon proficiency, so no one's going to use it. But speed. When making a full attack, the wielder of a speed weapon may make one extra attack with it. The attack uses the wielder's full base attack bonus, plus any modifiers appropriate to the situation. This benefit is not cumulative with similar effects, such as a haste spell. That's cool. What? It's gonna get sold. I don't have to sell it right now, though. Alright. Let's get out of here.
I'll go ahead.
And back to the kingdom, at. Quick save. Leave. Nova Altana. Avril, Ellie, and Jade. Man. Yeah. Okay. Alright, after I do this, an important essay published. Document was read and sent to the archives. Community. High Priest seeks your advice. Success. Divine +1. Treasurer requests your success. Economy +1. 3 projects. Divine protection from poison. Provides immunity to poisons in the claimed region. Ooh. Ooh. Yeah. Spent 2 weeks resolving religious problems in the barony. Man, John, you got too much good stuff I need. Support the treasurer. Alright. What I'm going to do actually right now, I'm not going to do another support. I am going to go adventuring. I want to go to the Tenebrous Depths and maybe get that rock egg that I was supposed to get a long time ago. 270 BP. So, Tristan and Jod. Only Tristan. Jubilost. So I will support the region, economy, trade agreements. Not going to do that. Training. Who's this for? Jubilost. Curses. Other. Regions. Claim Silver Step. 375. So I will do these here. 14 days. True Masterpiece. 21 days. Fey Magic for Jod. 14 days. Oh crap. I was going to put down this new building I got for free. Halfling Brewery. Brewery. An enterprise where eccentric halflings create amazing tinctures and other alcoholic beaver ages. 10% chance to earn 3 BP each week, and 10% chance to earn 1 BP each week. Brewery. There's another brewery right there. I can put it next to there. What? Put it right there. What is this? Wish I could get it off my cursor. But I can't. Cistern. What is this? Source of fresh water. Very useful in the case of fire or siege. +1 to loyalty when adjacent to a park. Fort. +1 to military in a settlement with a garrison, and +1 to stability in a settlement with a jail. place for healing the sick. +1 bonus to the regent or counselor when resolving a situation in this region. Cool. Community and loyalty. Community and stability. +1 to stability when adjacent to a barracks. And another +1 to stability when adjacent to a fort. I mean, I'd have to put a fort right here, but the barracks is right here. I mean, then I could put the jail right there. But stability would be nice. A library. Hey, my mage's tower is done. Large building containing books. +1 to stability when adjacent to a courthouse. +1 to culture when adjacent to a printing house. I thought I got a free printing house. Oh, there it is. Jesus. Man. These things are huge. There's too many items. I don't have enough slots. I want to build everything. Monument, shrine, herbalist, barracks, smithy, shop, tavern, brewery, lighthouse, mage tower, pier, the watchtower. Yeah, I'll kind of model the capital as a kind of industrial place, right? So, library would be nice. What is this? A brewery? A library right next to the... I could put a library right here. Not next to a drinking place. Okay, and a cistern. Park. Loyalty. Community when adjacent to a town hall, +1 to divine when adjacent to a temple, +1 to culture when adjacent to a museum. Aren't I supposed to be able to upgrade this longhouse? Can be upgraded to town hall, requires town. I can't get this off my cursor, which kind of sucks. Okay, so what do I want here? I want to put something so I can start building while I'm out. I'll need the printing house, I think. Not a park. +3 to culture if a royal museum has been opened in the barony. Affects exotic garden, Justicar's garden, and park. Mage's tower. Alright, so it looks like I could put a hospital, a library. We could put the Halfling's brewery here as well, next to the other brewery. That looks like a cistern, not a brewery. Halfling's brewery. looks like it's gonna be a city of drunkards. I could put a jail. I'm gonna put this printing house because it's free. Ooh, what does it say? +4 to stability, while the barony's alignment is lawful. +4 to loyalty, while the barony's alignment is chaotic. +4 to community, while the barony's alignment is good. +4 to military, when evil. +2 to economy and culture, while the barony's alignment is in any way neutral. Is that -+4 to both if it is true neutral? Affects the library. How does it affect the library? Oh, the library needs to be adjacent to the printing house. So I'll put the library right there. Put the printing house right there. Hospital. I can put the hospital right here. And a jail. Got 80 BP left. Didn't know I was going to spend this much. Printing house. Yeah. All right. I'll probably end up putting a museum over here. I think. Fort. Wow. Just burned through some BP. Like it was nothing. I need to check what I need to build over here. Oh, this is 1010. All right. All the shops are finished. Windmill, monument, shrine, herbalist, dragons, shenanigans, tavern, and a barracks. And they got the wall. All right, that's good. Whispering Weald. Let's check out. Serene Brook. 10 for 10. All right. This one had the lumber, right? Shrine, Longhouse, Barracks, the lumber yard. So the only one is in the Common Lands, because it only has 3 buildings. And they're done. Nazriel's weapons shop, Vrask's weapons shop. Windmill. There's no wood around, so I'm not going to put a lumber yard. I'll put a granary. And a windmill. since this area is like, well, not here, but it's supposed to be the Comet Lands. It's like flat plains and stuff. We could say that they're growing grain, so we could put a windmill. Yeah, but I'll do that later because I only have 80 BP and I kind of want to save it. Wow. All right. Now, according to my quests, I gotta give Onslaught pieces. I gotta talk to Nazriel. All right, that's over there by the Tenebrous Depths. So that's where I want to go. And I would like to go to here as well. Okay, that's over by the Tenebrous Depths. Because Boken's shop is there, and I am almost out of potions. But I need to go to here. So let's do it. Yeah, cross. Talk to Shania. So it looks like I finished the, what is that, chapter 3 stuff? Where's this? Oh, okay. So it looks like if it's the same as last time, where is it? I have about this many days until the next major thing tries to destroy my kingdom. Well, it's not a kingdom yet. It's a barony. Let's just go in. Wait, I can't. Let's rest. Manage. Do not use rations. Okay. Hearty meal. Begin rest. Continue. And I remember I have to turn the music off. And in we go. Ooh. Guard, citizen.
The path
Grace.
is
I wish he actually had a shop. That would have been cool. Greetings. Glad to see you in my shop again. How can I serve you? I recovered your grandfather's armor. You can take it. Dragon smiles happily, but freezes as he sees the armor. Blimey, Kurgan, you scoundrel, ruining perfectly good armor. I gather he couldn't find a buyer for the whole thing, so he decided to sell it off piece by piece. Ah, that'll be a lot of repairs. It'll take forever. And there you go. Lost Gauntlets, Curious, and Jambarts. All right, we'll talk later. No, I want to know more about you. Dragon's cheeks turn beet red, and he says softly, "Why, it's an honor to indulge your interest. What would you care to know? Tell me about your craft." Our people are masters of making armor and weapons. Everyone knows that. We can equip a fighter so that he can fight for hours without getting tired or suffering any wounds. Many have tried to copy our designs and methods, but they're just imitators who don't understand the intricacies of the craft. Tell me about your family. Waradash is a decent, respectable clan. We're considered especially honored, standing out even from among the other clan families. My grandfather accomplished many feats in his time, and my father won respect and honor in many battles. I'm trying hard to be worthy of this legacy, especially since I'm carrying the load for two. Dragon's face turns grim. What has led you to these lands? Dragon's face grows grim. That's a bad story. My clan has always been proud of its strong blood. My grandfather was a legend. My father was a worthy master, and I dare to hope, haven't failed my family. But my brother, Kurgan, he's always been a scallywag, always running off somewhere, looking for trouble. Soon after he came of age, he did something terrible. He stole a clan relic, the armor of my respected grandfather, and took off. It was a disgrace. Everyone looked at me like I was the bad seed, because I was the brother of the one who laughed at tradition and desecrated the glory of our family. Eventually, I decided I'd had enough. I packed up my things and left the house, looking for a new place where people wouldn't always be looking at me and whispering. That's how I ended up here. All right. I'm in a hurry. We'll talk later. Of course. Await news from Dragon. Citizens, guards, Shanin, or whatever her name is. Shaniha is happy to see you, O most worthy one. Rest your legs and listen to my stories. That is, if you've nothing more important to do, such as assisting me in a delicate situation. Shaniha gives you a sly wink. What sort of help do you need? The Vidrani proffers a small scroll. This was written by my father. It was meant for a family that has lived for centuries, near the home of my relatives in Absalom. Life has scattered us all across Golarion, but we never gave up hope of reuniting with those we once knew so well. My father asked me to pass this letter to a member of this fine family, if I should ever happen to stumble across one. As I have recently discovered, one of them lives nearby. The noble Hasuf trades in your capital. I confess I am too nervous to meet him. I fear that my anxiety will cause me to behave inappropriately, and I may disgrace myself for it. Would you assist me in fulfilling my duty and deliver him this letter? I do not believe that my heart can be at peace until this letter is delivered. One cannot be a master when beset by such distraction. Do you enjoy living in my lands? This is a wondrous land. You have such strange cuisine, and kobolds, incredible creatures. We do not have them in Vudra. And those insolent creatures, squirrels. I've never seen such fierce creatures. We call them tree rats. But this land lacks order. The gods granted Vudra castes. You have none here, and that is why there is no order. For when you meet a member of the lowest caste, you know that they only barely deserve to be born human. In their previous lives, they were animals, or maybe even a vile thing like kobolds, who are lower than even the lowliest beggars. Trust me, for I have more than once faced their wicked nature. Whereas, when you encounter a member of a higher caste, be he a Padaprajna, warrior, or a Raha, as you and I, that signifies that in our past lives we were pious and noble, that our words were strong and true. It is that understanding that these lands lack. I have to go. Until we meet again, O worthy one, it shall happen sooner than you think. The perfect human has told me. All right. Deliver the letter.
Tread lightly.
Traitor. This guy didn't have anything except for Vasask's.
Let us be careful.
Yeah, isn't Vasask's building in here? Area exit, area exit, area exit, priest, trader, dragon. No, Vasask is in the other place. My mistake. I wish they didn't make all these villages look the same. Right. To the world map. Quick save it. And music it. Alright. Now. Let's head north. Um, I think I can take this shortcut. Okay. Let's stay out of the high level area. Where's... Am I going? Yeah. Oh, up here. Up here. I would like to go here first. Okay. Crap, I knew it was going to do that. The Grim Prophetess. A Fey prophetess has made camp at a crossroad. She reveals the future to all who come past, but only the dark side of the future. She may not be lying, but her stories are making the people miserable, and they look to the future with a sense of doom. It's time to put an end to this. Jod's busy. I got time. Where am I going? Just up this way. I tire. Random encounter.
We will be victorious!
That's just goblins. I think they're only on the left side.
My instincts dull when I'm tired.
Jade, Avril, Alana. Sorry, young dweemer cat, but you were too slow. Short bow, short sword. Trash. Garbage.
The path is clear.
9 XP for each goblin. Come on, man. I need 25k to get to the next level.
A rest would be welcome.
Alright, then we shall rest. Hunting. Cross this ford. Go up. Hopefully, I can actually buy something broken in here. I've actually never actually gone in here, actually. Actually, how many times can I actually say actually? Serene Brook. Guard citizens actually haven't been here yet, as you can see by the map. All clear, Your Grace. Wonder if there's an artisan over here that I haven't met yet. There's a priest. Citizen.
I'll go ahead.
Your Grace. All clear, Your Grace.
Let's head out.
You telling me Boken isn't here? Camping rations. Priest. No Boken. Huh. Into the house. Man, that kind of sucks. I was hoping to buy some potions from... I guess I'll buy from the priest. There's nothing in here. I thought he'd be here. I built him the stupid shop. He's still hanging out at Oleg's. But he doesn't restock. You sell potions, dude? Ugh, you do not. Ugh. I see. I got 8 cure moderate and 18 cure light. That is not good. All right. He's up here, but he doesn't restock. I'll hit it on the way back. Now, let's see what the Tenebrous Depths is about. Enter. If I have a guess of what it's like. Like in the game Pillars of Eternity, there's like this dungeon underneath your stronghold that basically has. Whoa, it's a dragon. There's this dungeon underneath your stronghold. Well, that's cool music. And it basically gets tougher each floor you go down until you defeat it. I'm just enjoying the music. Hopefully it doesn't get me flagged. Spend the night here. Look at all this. Just rolling out the red carpet. It's over here. It looks like a dude just
The path is clear.
sitting there. Seems he had better days. The obelisk is covered with the names of long forgotten heroes.
Tread lightly.
Tread lightly. That's honest guy. Guess I'll go talk to honest guy. Tall, bulky fellow with a shaved head studies you closely, paying special attention to your equipment. He grins. Hello, my friend. Do you want to look your finest? I have the best wares and the fairest prices in all the tenebrous depths. And who are you? I am honest guy. The lad strikes his chest proudly with his fist. I stand here honestly, welcoming heroes and seeing them off to their feats of glory. I honestly collect the gear from their breathless corpses, and I honestly sell it to the next heroes. You freely and calmly admit that you pillage corpses. Forgive me my skepticism, but do you really never do that yourself? You've never taken anything from an enemy you've killed or a dead body you've found? I do it for the greater good. At least I don't tell passersby that I'm just waiting for the chance to rob their dead bodies. Taking the equipment from a defeated enemy is honest. You're just taking advantage of the situation without doing anything to help. Huh. You just gave me an idea. Maybe I should be called a smart guy, not an honest guy. What if you, say, make someone angry and you turn from an honest guy into a dead guy? Still, it's not very nice. We put our lives at risk for everyone else while you profit from our misfortune. I'll just say fine, forget I asked. As you wish. So are you buying anything? Fair trade is my principle. What do you gotta sell? Star knife. It's +1 stuff. Adamantine chain shirt +1. Still +1. Cloak of resistance +2. Wand of haste isn't bad. I'll sell you that. $17 charges, that's not too shabby. Okay. Let's go talk to the dragon. I don't know how to get to the dragon. Where is the dragon? Oh, he's over here. I walked right by him and didn't even see him. That's a corpse sitting at the table. He's got a piece of raw meat. A silver dragon stares at you for a long time, unblinking. Maybe it's just a trick of the light, but you'd think you see a heavy mercury teardrop roll from his pearly eye. You have answered my call, protector of Golarion. I will have you know, no one has ever returned from these caves alive. Many valiant heroes before you have sacrificed their lives to bring victory one step closer. I have not forgotten their feats, nor will I forget yours. Who are you? Tell me about yourself. What do you want to know? I will hide nothing from you. Who are you? My name is Zelarin. I am a loyal servant of Apsu. Who the frick is Apsu? Apsu the Waybringer is one of the oldest and mightiest creatures in existence. According to draconic lore, he and his mate Tiamat spawned the dragon gods who created the whole world. Apsu is the patron deity of all good and metallic dragons. He remains a father figure to almost all dragons, whom he loves as his children. He is numbered among the divine creatures which fought in the battle to defend all of creation against Rovagug. Unsurprisingly, most of Apsu's worshippers are metallic dragons. Few non-dragons take up his cause. Although honorable humanoids with an interest in draconic lore have taken up his faith from time to time, they typically wear a gold dragon's foot brooch or have other custom-made equipment in the shape of a dragon's foot. Golarion lacks much of a centralized church of Apsu. The largest congregation of humanoid Apsu worshippers on Golarion is known as the Platinum Band, which maintains relatively small centers of worship in Opara and Absalom. Thousands of years ago, my god appointed me to watch over this place, where deep in the depths there hides a great evil. I knew at once the repulsive smell of the beast. It took me centuries to locate the egg that he left. Rovagug. All this time, I've stood guard here, looking for a way to destroy the spawn before it hatched and brought immeasurable sufferings to those who dwell upon the land. Apsu, who is that? The dragon casts a pearly skyward glance. Oh, Apsu. He is more ancient than all the gods whose names you know. He is the maker of all, who stands at the origin of the multiverse. Few mortals remember him, but we metallic dragons still praise him in our prayers. Is it just me, or are you really sad? So many heroes passed here, the noblest souls of Golarion, selfless protectors of their homeland, ready to sacrifice their lives to save it from the spawn of the beast. I remember each and every one, striding fearlessly down into the darkness. Almost none of them have returned, and it's all my fault. The dragon lowers his head. True repentance can be heard in his thunderous voice. I made a mistake, and they paid dearly for it. You see, I never understood the true nature of the monster. For many years, I and the heroes who answered my call would wander these dungeons, thinking that the monster larva was the greatest threat. It was only when I found the egg and touched its shell that I realized the spawn had turned the entire dungeon into its nest. Madness, mortal. Darkness and madness are the monster's sword and shield, its food, and the material that its shell is made of. The heroes I summoned here descended into madness. They lost their minds, and the spawn of the beast fed upon their insanity. Somehow, I avoided the same fate. They went down into the darkness, driven by the noblest of intentions, and were rewarded only with eternal torment. What are you doing here? I am guarding the spawn of Rovagug that sleeps in the caves beneath us. I summon heroes to help me defeat it. It is a long and joyless vigil, but I believe that it will one day be over. Perhaps you yourself are the hero who will finally achieve this long-awaited victory. Thank you for your answers. The truth is the least I can give you for your feat. Can I rest here? Oh, no. Let's do. What feat do you expect of me? An egg laid by the abominable Rovagug has cursed this dungeon for thousands of years. The larva of the beast will destroy half of the river kingdoms if it hatches. The shell that surrounds it is a labyrinth of darkness and madness, inhabited by thousands of its former victims. Hundreds of heroes perished as they sought a way through it, but now I know where the egg is, and the path to it is almost clear. Almost. What blocks the way to the monster? Oh, that is the saddest and scariest part. The spawn of the beast feeds on nightmares, and its very shell is made of madness. The caves around are filled with insanity. It has flooded them with an ocean of darkness, which distorts the very nature of the multiverse. Heroes who approach grow mad or perish in great suffering. This gives the egg its strength. The monster feeds on their terror and pain. Neither alive nor dead, but tormented eternally by their worst nightmares, these brave heroes still wander the labyrinth, find and destroy 4 of their strongest, and the power of the beast's madness will weaken. Then I'll be able to crack open the shell. We must destroy the monster before it hatches and grows strong. The fallen priestess, the weary traveler, the wicked chanter, the captor and his horrifying slave. Deliver them into peace, and the path to the enemy will be opened. Why don't you kill these four yourself? The dragon's body shudders. It would seem that the thought of what hides in the depths can chill the soul of even a mighty dragon. The egg is surrounded by an ever-shifting labyrinth of insanity and darkness. This insanity which the larva emits is capable of subduing even the most valiant of heroes. I have ventured down before, and it was only by a miracle that I slipped the fate that has ensnared so many other brave heroes. If I tried to vanquish it alone, then sooner or later it would devour me, drink my soul, and add me to the horde of the nightmares that guard it. Who would be able to destroy me then? Thus I continue summoning heroes to this place. Many of those who answered my call turn their backs and return to their lives, once they discover how slim are their chances of victory. And I do not blame them, but my vigil is nearing its end. The hour of the last battle with the monster draws near. If you can manage to weaken its shell, I can crack it and we will finish it together. Tell me about the fallen priestess. Her name is Tioko Sakasama. She led a party of adventurers here, noblest heroes and truest friends. Together, they defeated many foes, but they'd never faced anything like this. Tioko once served Lamashtu. Then this brave and wise woman recognized how disgusting her patron was and gathered the strength to leave her service, finding shelter in the hands of Desna. Alas, Lamashtu is called the mistress of insanity for a reason. The labyrinth tricked Tioko's mind and stole from her Desna's protections. When next her reason failed, she returned to Lamashtu and sacrificed her friends to her cruel mistress one by one. Ever since, she has lurked in the depths, seeking new gifts for her mistress. Alas, the last embers of good in her soul have long faded. She has become a monster. The beast has consumed her utterly. I see. Can I rest here? Of course, my table is set for everyone. Eat and rest as much as you like. Down below in the darkness, you will have to be at your best. I need supplies. Of course, but forgive me, my treasures are not endless, and I cannot provide you with free supplies. If you require the aid of a priest, select a scroll and I will read it for you. But be careful. Down in the labyrinth, you're on your own. Do not go into the depths without a servant to the higher forces in your party. Start from the top. Yep, slay all of them. Frost Dwarven, Keen, Falcata, Spear, Pick, Mithril Full Plate +2. Heroism. You are using Dragon Scale Plate. And you have the Aladdin Plate. 11 armor class. You'd have a less armor check penalty, but it's still the same AC. Your dex isn't high enough. Alright, dude. The entrance. The wolf is eager. I'll read about the others as I encounter them or something, I guess. The other 3 heroes that have fallen in this dungeon. But that's it for this episode. I will head down into the tenebrous depths in the next. So thanks for watching.